So we are getting ready to show you another Never Have I Ever. A lot of you have never cooked using a sous vide method. And as you can see by this recipe, we've done this a lot. But this is the deluxe multi-cooker for sous vide. We are going to fill it up with water, about half. And where is the top? He walked off with the top. So fill it up to half. Then we're going to put the top on. It's going to make all its little noises. And then we are going to select sous vide down here. And then we just hit start.
You set the temperature for 140, which is the automatic setting. You set the time for 2 hours. So 140 and 2 hours come up automatically. Those are like the default settings. And then you just click to start it to run. And then what it's going to do right now is it is precisely heating the water to that 140 degrees. Mm-hmm. And once that's done, which usually takes anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, then in that time you want to prep your stuff, which is incredibly easy. And then when the time's up, you put it in the water and let it go for the 2 hours and it's done.
Okay, and we'll be back to show you more. Okay, so our water has reached its temperature of, what was it, 140 degrees?
Yep.
And you can see here it says add. So we are going to get started and add our food for our sous vide. It is going to be pork and vegetables. Okay, so we have our pork and we've seasoned it with herbs. Nothing yet? Okay. Oh, that's in the sauce. Okay, so we are using, this is not Pampered Chef. This is a vacuum seal bag that we got from another online company. I like this for sous vide. And then we're going to add our marinade. And that is an herbs de Provence.
Herbs de Provence, salt, pepper, onion powder, and olive oil.
And that is going to go in our bag. So we are massaging the marinade into our food. And again, this is a vacuum seal. It's actually a system that I purchased separately. You can also use a Ziploc bag, okay? You could also use Pampered Chef also makes a silicone, or if you have a similar company that makes a silicone bag, these are also great for sous vide as well. This size just happens to fit our needs. Okay, so this is what it looks like if you vacuum seal. If you use the freezer bag, you want to make sure you suck the air out of it first, because you need it vacuum sealed or as much air out of the food as possible, because
air's an insulator. You want it to be in contact with the water as much as possible. If there's air in the way, it just won't cook. So if you have air in it, it floats.
So that will get it in.
Water.
There we go.
There you go. On.
And you just hit the start button, and now it is going to cook for 2 hours. Yep. And it's going to be tender and delicious, and we'll show you the results when it's ready.
We're going to take it out.
Yep, I'm videoing. So this tells us it was done. It released. This is our meal. This is pork and squash and green beans. As you can see here,
Water's
it tells
hot.
you. Water's hot, so to use tongs and then use a tray or a plate. As you can see, the pork is cooked. All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the plate. I've got a pan heating on the stove.
This is the new pan.
Yes. And then you have to sear it.
Right.
It's partially for health purposes, because this was only cooked at 140 degrees.
Right.
And it's partially for flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pork out, put it on the plate, take these vegetables, put them back in the bag for right now. But that pork looks amazing. Mm-hmm. Look at that. So once that pan's heated, I'm going to sear the pork, then put it into rest. Then I'm going to sear the vegetables, put into rest, and you kind of sear them with what's left in the bag.
Okay, so we
it's
can
like
show
a reduction thing.
So we will show you that once the pan is heated. All right, so our olive oil is nice and heated in our stainless steel nonstick skillet. This is the new one. So we're just going to give the pork a sear, to bring it up to a safe temperature and to give it a really nice crust. So that'll take not too long. We have it on about a medium situation for heat.
Yeah.
And then with this meal, you can serve, if you don't want to just do pork and vegetables, you can do potatoes, you can do rice, whatever you like. Some people just like the pork and veg.
Oh, watch out.
Oh. So you can see the sear starting to happen. And what's nice about this pan is that even though it's on a pretty high heat, it's I'm doing this because I just got splattered by oil, but you can still touch the handles. And then our favorite kitchen tool is the digital thermometer. Pork needs to be at what for safety?
Technically 140.
We're getting there.
But it was at 140 in the sous vide. You can see there's some variable temperatures in there.
Yep, depending on where you go.
Yeah.
Safest to probably go, and if you're not sure, the thickest part of the meat would be the place to check it.
The thickest is actually 143.
Okay. And there's that beautiful sear starting to happen. And then once it's seared, you want to put it in an insulated bowl if you have one. That's the 1 quart, which would fits that about a pound or so tenderloin, right? About a pound, maybe.
Close to a pound and a half.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
this is the vegetables.
All right, so here come the
They're
veg.
going to be interesting because they have the marinade.
So this is the vegetables with the marinade on them. And that is the herbes de Provence. You don't want to necessarily, oh, you do want to dump it.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to, but.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and reduce this.
Okay.
For a little bit of.
So we'll let this reduce.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to let this reduce. And it'll just intensify the flavor.
Okay.
So I took what was left of the marinade in the bag, dumped it in with the vegetables, and I've reduced it. And the question is always be, what do you reduce it to? So you're getting rid of the water, which means you're intensifying all of the spices that were in there. In this case, I've reduced it to what is kind of like a syrupy consistency. You can sort of see it in there, and I think that's going to be good. So at this point, what I'm going to do is take it off the heat. We'll take the pork out of its container over here, put it on the Pampered Chef with the
grooves.
With the grooves in it to get rid of some of the juice. And slice it up, and then we're going to eat.
So there you have it. Sous vide. It does take the extra step of heating and searing, but I can personally attest to how delicious this meal is, how tender the pork is.
And how much you can get done while it's cooking.
Yeah, it's a huge time saver. You can do this. You can go out and mow your lawn. Well, not now, it's winter, but you can you can mow the lawn. You can put this on and go do work, do laundry. That does look a little pink, but I know we checked it with the thermometer, so we know the temperature is safe. And I'm getting a big nod, so apparently the pork is good. So we are going to plate this and have it, and that is how you sous vide in the deluxe multi-cooker. Thanks for watching, you guys. You're always welcome in this kitchen.